Hi there, this is Joanna from the channel JCLady Alternative Education. In this short vlog, I just want to answer a question that I get. The question is about how do I know some things? How do I know certain stuff from ancient knowledge, from grammar? I wanted to answer that question. I guess it's important. I'm not the only one, of course. There are many people who is incarnating now and who did some years back. And in Poland, I know some people from the Slavic movement who are writing books about Polish mythology, about Polish history. Not really Polish, it's like going like pre-Polish, Slavic. Lechina Empire, about Scythian heritage, about Slavic heritage. And there is Czesław Białczyński, for example, who wrote already the huge Slavic mythology, 2 volumes. And there are people like Prometheus. That's his nickname, and he's talking about the language, just like me, but mainly about etymology, words. And there is Mr. Mroziński, who is writing about he's still continuing his project about glagolitic script and all about scriptures. What is in common, that we feel that we are in common, we have a lot in common, that we're in a kind of community. When we meet, it's a kind of the energy passes, especially me with Mr. Białczyński. We had once a talk, and we have the impression that we just know each other from that we've got similar ideas. Not that we are writing about the similar ideas, but the mentality, the way of thinking, there's philosophy, Slavic philosophy of nature, which is common with the Asian, Vedic. It's very natural. So what I'm saying, that we are people who are not like there's one person who does it. No, there are not many also, but there are some people in Poland, but I would say in the whole Slavic area, or maybe in the whole world, there are people who are just coming, old souls, not really maybe old, maybe mature. I'm not old, I'm mature soul, and working on that. Now, what does it mean working? It's not the same kind of work that it was done before. It's not the same kind of work. It's not the typical work only of scientists. We are combining many perspectives, I would say, and many talents. First of all, there is the spiritual part. Spiritual part, there are 3 parts, in fact, the 3 elements that are important. There's a spiritual part, spiritual element, meaning that we are really versed, we are really know inside in our soul the philosophy of nature, Vedic, Slavic, come on, all right? And we really feel it. It's everywhere, in our myths, in our language, in our culture. And all of us, we are working with our soul in the sense that we meditate, that we, some of us are just like me, like witches, Wiedźma, Wiedźmas, Wiedźmin, alright? So people are really working with rituals, and the others no, just meditation or just insight, like being in centralized with mind, soul, mind, heart, guts, right, and the body. That gives the contact with the other world and with the guides, I'm in contact with my guides, like angels, right? The powers, but white powers. That's all about. That's what it is. Being a light worker, right? But light worker cannot just work for people to make them conscious what's going on in the world. But there are other people who are doing that, and they are spiritual, but at the same time they are doing the scientist's work, and that's what we are. Because this is the first element, spiritual, insight, and meditating, all this. And you get the knowledge, extra knowledge from that, and confirmation. If I don't know something, sometimes I just ask them to help me, and I get it in my dreams, in my meditation, in my regressings. I go back and I just know that I just did it. I have always done things connected to communication, language, education, and old science, ancient science. And I mean my soul is probably very much connected with the Veda, the knowledge. And I get some images from dreams or from regressing meditation from the Arya epoch time, Scythian, or the Indian, right, era, like when Arya went to India, right? And I went there. My ex-husband is from there, and I just felt I belong there partially, all right? And it's I don't really know Sanskrit very, very well, but I've been learning like 10 or 11 languages already, right? I don't speak them all, but I'm very versed, very well. I know very well how to deal with the language, analyze, understand. What I'm saying is that all this is spiritual, and it helps, and it's the basic, in fact, being the light worker, being the guided, being aligned with the soul, and this is the basic step. And the mind is open, and open to getting knowledge from outside. It's not really channeling what I do, however some people do it. What I do is just a creative flow, and I get some extra knowledge through the focusing and creating. The other part is just simply learning. And I've been a teacher since forever. I've been teaching my brother, my cousins when I was young. Then I have always done some creative activities in my childhood. Then I had schola. I was a leader of a youth choir at the church. And then I've been doing, many years I've been teaching, I've been a teacher of languages. I had my own language school, etc. And then for 12 years, I've been having a homeschooling for my children. So that all helps. So I'm a teacher, and I'm a teacher, I'm a learner, but in the sense of, it's a constant learning. Meaning that books are all around me. Every day I learn. I read many articles. And I use all my senses, like visual and listening, and I speaking to people, and right. So the getting knowledge is a lot, getting and also giving, because I'm giving also the consultations, and so it's like all the time is mixing, and creation, poetry, all that, spiritual. Then practical, being a teacher, being a wise person, wiedźma, and learning, teaching, all that exchange. And there's a third part, which is character, which is a character and talents. So my character, for example, but I see it in other people too. It's the capacity to be very holistic, and I am from tropical zodiac, for example. I am Pisces in Sun Pisces, and ascendant is Virgo, that's the total opposite, all right? So it's a water element, and here's earth element. But first of all, this is Virgo. Even though being Virgo, it's very masculine energy, because it's grounded, and because it's grounded can be also feminine, but it's in the sense that it's very analytical, very detailed, but analytical is first of all, so it's intellectual. That's very much masculine element, and analytical, analysis. Now on the other side, there is synthesis, because there is and spiritual, and chaos, feminine, which is Pisces, and contradiction. And having that, meaning that it's as if I had problems with my eyes. I'm constantly looking in two ways, two sides, and I'm just seeing at the same time in everything at least two perspectives. That's why I'm good at giving consultations, because I can listen carefully, and I see different I see things people don't see. But first of all, that's good for holistic approach. And this is in my zodiac and in my character everywhere, because I get also some in Vedic astrology. There are also lots of opposites with nakshatra also. Like Vishaka, it's a kind of opposite. There is a lion, like Purva Phalguni, and then it changes after 35 into Virgo again, Uttara Phalguni. So there are lots of opposites, and that's what I do. I join. So that's it. That's this character approach. That's character that is capable of joining something that is difficult to join. That what means is that when you combine those three elements, that's a genius element, right? That's something that gives lots of power in discovering stuff, power also in working, because those two elements, it means also water, earth, or like in Vedic, I've got lion, right? So that gives water and fire. That water being very powerful, going deep, digging deep and slow, and fire being quick information, quick getting information, and quick changing. Meaning that I'm really quick. I'm just reading a lot, and I'm just turning it and taking into me. When I read something very quickly, I change it into something. I write a poem, I write an article, I talk to somebody, I make a video, and it means it's like learning languages. Passive, active, and it means all the time the flow, constant flow, and it's creative and analytical, right? So that gives a good combination, and that's why I'm able to do different stuff in different sections and quickly, and it's powerful. It's like it's going deep, but also very powerful, and that's why I'm able, thanks to the spiritual part, to discover this ancient grammar, like Arya grammar. In fact, that's the grammar of 10,000 years ago, but I've been there. I've done that. I just know some stuff. I know the other I have to ask. Others, it's like I feel it. I'm not sure, but it will come. It's a process. I started doing that like 3 years ago, writing grammar. Now, when I do the videos now, I often go back to the grammar and I change it a little. It's not published yet. Even when it will be published, I will change it when it will be on Amazon, because I get a new insight when I'm speaking. It's a process. That's it from me. I hope I explained a little. Take care. Bye-bye.